Dear students, uh, to learn any subject, you should have basic knowledge about the shape, size, and arrangement of bacteria. Microbiology, first you have to learn the shape, size, and arrangement of bacilli. How they're arranged. It's very important. So microorganisms are classified depending on the shape. Spherical and oval-shaped organisms are called cocci. Rod-shaped organisms are called bacilli. Comma-shaped organisms are called vibrios. Spiral organism with rigid body is called spirillum. Spiral organism with flexible body are called spirochetes. And there are a group of organisms, branching bacteria is called Actinomyces or Nocardia. And there are a group of organisms which neither belongs to cocci or bacilli, grouped under Chlamydia and Rickettsia. Now there are 5 cocci which infect man. The first one is Staphylococci. It's a gram-positive cocci arranged in cluster, looks like grapes. Streptococci is gram-positive cocci arranged in chains. Pneumococci lancet-shaped or flame-shaped, product facing each other. 2 cocci enclosed in a single capsule. Meningococci is half moon or plano-convex, plane surface facing each other. Gonococci, gram-negative intracellular diplococci, kidney-shaped, concavent facing each other. The Staphylococci is also called as pyogenic cocci. It gives rise to pus-producing lesion. It also gives rise to non-pus-producing lesions like food poisoning, toxic shock syndrome, superficial skin solid syndrome. Streptococci is very dangerous. It is called flesh-eating bacteria. It gives rise to infection called necrotizing fasciitis. And post-streptococcal sequelae, this is type 3 hypersensitivity reaction. It gives rise to acute rheumatic fever and acute glomerulonephritis. Pneumococci is called pneumococci because it infects the lungs, gives rise to pneumonia, and also gives rise to meningitis. Meningococci is named as meningococci because it infects the meninges, are responsible for acute pyogenic meningitis. Gonococci is sexually transmitted disease, gives rise to urethritis in male, vaginitis in female, and it's one of the important causes of infertility because salpingitis gives rise to blockage of tube. It necessitates the in vitro fertilization of blocked tubes. So moving on to the bacilli, bacilli are classified in 3 criteria: gram staining, spore bearing capacity, and acid fast. Now moving on to the acid fast bacilli, tuberculosis and lepra bacilli are acid fast. Spore bearing bacilli are anthrax bacilli, which form spores in presence of oxygen, anaerobic in absence of oxygen. Clostridium welchi or perfringens, which causes gas gangrene. Clostridium tetani, which gives rise to drumstick appearance. Clostridium botulinum, food poisoning. Anthrax is a zoonotic disease. Man get infected by the close proximity. Bull's otter disease is pulmonary anthrax. Malignant pustule is cutaneous anthrax. Hide potters, which occurs in the potter who carries the animal carcasses on the back. It can give rise to anthrax enteritis also when he consumes meat contaminated with the anthrax bacilli. Pulmonary anthrax is dangerous and it can be used as a can be used as a biological warfare. Moving on to the gram-positive bacilli, important to remember is Listeria monocytogenes shows tumbling motility, differential motility, and it's responsible for bacterial meningitis. Corynebacterium diphtheria, it is in the form of L or V or Chinese letter pattern. It divides like a stem or shoot of the tree. Daughter cell fail to separate out. That's why it is in the form of L or V, and it gives rise to diphtheria. Diphtheros means pseudomembrane in the throat. Now other things are there: lactobacilli, dental caries, erysipelathrix rhizopathiae, skin exanthemata. Actinomycetes is also gram positive. It gives rise to cervical, abdominal, and actinomyces and nocardia more or less gives rise to same sort of infections. Nocardia is 1% acid fast. Now, gram-negative bacilli, they are called enteric bacilli. They are grown on MacConkey's medium. Remember the mnemonic plant, peptone, lactose, agar, and Newton-red and taracolate. And, E. coli is 70% in urinary tract infection and infantile diarrhea. Klebsiella, UTI and wound infection. Salmonella, enteric fever. Shigella, bacillary dysentery. Proteus, UTI and wound infection. Pseudomonas, again UTI and wound infection. Comma-shaped organism, Vibrio cholera, gives rise to rice water stool, diarrhea. Then moving on to one more shapeless organism which lacks cell walls, thought to be a L form of some kind of bacteria, but it's Mycoplasma pneumonia. It looks like fungi, that's why it's called as Mycoplasma pneumonia. Then spiral-shaped organism, spiral-shaped organism which is rigid, spirillum minus, rat bite fever. Spiral-shaped organisms which are flexible, classified into 3 species: Borrelia recurrentis, relapsing fever, Borrelia vincenti, Vincent angina, along with fusiform bacteria, Borrelia burgdorferi, Lyme's disease, then Leptospira ectomeningiae gives rise to jaundice. Then Treponema pallidum gives rise to syphilis. Then nocardia, actinomyces are the infections, and chlamydia, psittacosis, ornithosis, man get pneumonia by bird inhalation, bird droppings, trachoma and trick agent, trachoma and inclusion. Rickettsia are louse-borne or tick-borne, they give rise to skin exanthemata, that is infection of the louse-borne exanthemata on the skin. Rickettsia is classified by a interval agglutation test called Weil-Felix test. Remember this point. And Neal-Musser reaction is done for endemic typhus. Rickettsia and chlamydia are neither bacilli nor cocci, neither bacteria or viruses. They are grouped under different group, that is chlamydia and rickettsia. Remember this. With this we move on to the laboratory diagnosis of bacterial infection.